Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Here.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 6.
Live bait.
So this is a governor-centric episode.
Yeah, it's very...
All the governor.
Right.
So nothing in the prison, nothing with Rick
Nope.
or Daryl, anything like that. Look, I would have been fine with this episode if this was like some sort of, almost like a side thing, like a web series we were watching.
Yeah, it'd be a great webisode.
Like a side thing.
Right.
But I don't know about this as like the entire episode.
Yeah, I mean, if this is just to get... If the whole episode's meaning was to get to the point where the governor gets his daughter back, I don't know if that's worth an hour of television. David Morrissey's a great actor, but I don't know if the end game is worth it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
well, it looks like too that it's not self-contained into just this episode. It looks like next week's episode
next week.
is also all governor as well. So it's more than just even a standalone episode. It's a 2, maybe 3 episode arc.
Yeah, away from everybody at the prison.
Yeah, so it's like what we were talking about in previous reviews, that it just seems like they're stretching out. They're taking
Gotta get that 16 episodes. Gotta
a
get
story
that 16,
and then just stretching out. I mean, I feel like there is some good stuff in there about the governor and his character development, but they're just taking such a long way to do it. Just like the last episode. Like there was some good stuff in it, but they just take whatever, amount of story that it is and just stretch it out. And I think that's what they're doing with the governor.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. David North, like I said, I like him as an actor. He's good. He's solid. But yeah, it's like the whole episode. It's just we're going through this whole process of him meeting these people, and I mean, I guess maybe he's turned into a kind of a better guy. And then at the end, he meets up. I think it's Martinez again. I mean, so we'll see how meeting up with this old group of people, how that's going to work. But it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm glad that he's back in the show. I kind of think it could. I'm really in a positive note. I mean, he could bring some new life into the show. I think once he gets maybe to the prison, whenever he does get up there, I guess this is the backstory of that. It could be good, but maybe I would have liked to see maybe bounce back and forth. Maybe go to the prison and then do the story. You could do the story, but just don't do the whole episode.
I wish they had just weaved in this whole governor storyline throughout this whole prison flu.
Because that would have made it. Because I know you guys have heard us. I've complained about the show not moving enough. It's just stuck in the same spot all the time. This would have been a great way to do that. We've got kind of a new setting every week to kind of learn about the governor, but also learn about the people in the prison. I think that would have been a better way to set this up.
Yeah, instead of doing 2 or 3 of these standalone governor episodes, they should have weaved this storyline into all the flu storyline, on the side. So then we have kind of 2 things that are going on. Actually, maybe 3 things, because you had Daryl and his group going out, and that way it would have, I think, kept things flowing a lot better. But I think this decision to separate it, I don't know if it's such a good one, especially for the pacing purposes of the show.
Yeah, I mean, again, more new characters.
Yeah.
We'll see if they survive.
I don't think
Every
so.
time we see new characters, it's like they're just going to get killed off. It's like when they introduce these new characters, Melody is her name, the woman, I guess she's
older sister.
The older sister, the leader, who's also in Arrow and been in some other shows in the past. And she's, again, it's a new character, but I don't know if should I even start caring about her already, or she's going to get killed off again. I mean,
I'm assuming that her and the sister and probably even the daughter dies before he gets to the prison. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, because in the prison they kind of just show him, at least all we see of him is just him alone looking at the prison, so you wonder if anybody even makes it out.
I mean, the one thing I did like about that episode was showing a little more depth to the governor and showing that he's not like an evil person. I mean, he's messed in the head and he's I mean, he's a bad person, but he's not pure evil. It's not like like all he wants to do is kill people. It's not that. It's more like, oh, he's just a twisted, demented guy, and sometimes he goes crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's how this storyline is going to end with him. He's going to do something crazy.
Go back into his old ways. I mean, and we've been kind of criticizing the show the last few weeks. I know a lot of you out there are saying, stop watching the show, just give it up. And realize that just because Dennis and I both like the show, we've both invested in the comic book series. Just because we don't like the last few episodes doesn't mean we hate everything about the show. You can like a show and not like everything about it. There's no thing where you have to like every single episode is perfect. Even writers don't think that. Talk to writers, they don't even think every episode's perfect. So this episode, I could see some positives in here. I think The Walking Dead does a great job with set pieces. The set piece with the governor and the little girl in the pit,
Yeah.
that was kind of cool. Him seeing, being the governor, because governor is a badass. He is. So that was kind of seeing cool, taking down some zombies. But I don't know. I don't know why the girl fell and broke her ankle, though. I don't really get that.
Yeah.
She heard her crow. She's like, oh, and then just like fell over. I'm like, wait, how did you?
Yeah, for me personally, the pacing of it is slow, and they need to break it up and just they're just stretching everything out.
Yeah.
Stretching it thin and
Right.
And it's not that it's not like we don't like the show. It's just this show has really put on the brakes.
Yeah, I mean,
and slowed really down.
We spent all that time this last few weeks with the whole illness and
Yeah.
the sickness, everybody dying, and Glenn, coughing for 45. But then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, now we're with the governor for a spinoff. I get not a spinoff. I'm sorry, but a backstory. Now next week looks like we're gonna get another backstory. So he just feels a little disjointed, which is bothering me a little bit. But I'm glad David Morrissey's back. I'm glad to see him.
Yeah,
he is a very good actor.
I think potentially this can lead into a much more interesting storyline for future episodes. Just right now, it's a little stagnant for me.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Walking Dead will continue.
And then also, I mean, we had the whole governor burning the picture of his family, kind of supposedly signifying like, okay, he's gonna, I don't know, like, not so much let go of his family, but just like let go of himself as that person, because at first he folded that picture up, so he couldn't see himself and he could only see his daughter and his wife, and now he burnt it, so it's almost like he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna be some crazy mofo now.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing his thing. I mean, I'm curious to see what, because we see Martinez and his boys, and the big dude who just looks serious, doesn't say anything. But I'm assuming he got separated from them. I thought maybe they might have died, but obviously they're still around. So it's gonna be curious to see next week what their dynamic is and how that is, because the governor doesn't really have any power anymore technically. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when those two camps merge.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let us know what you thought of the episode, if you liked it or not, or if you think this governor storyline is worthwhile. You can post your comments on the website, thinkhero.com, or on our YouTube channel, that's Think Hero Pro. Make sure you subscribe to that.
Or you can come check us out on Twitter. Come talk with us, chat with us about Walking Dead, what you love, what you hate, what you wish we would like about the show. You can find Dennis and I both at Think Hero. I'm at Griffin DE.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans. Make sure you like that page and you tweet out our video and share it on Facebook and stuff like that. Thanks.